online, everybody looks successful, right? People post their promotion, their new job, their salaries, their startup launch, their certification. But very few people post their breakdown, their anxiety, their loneliness, their depression. So thousands of engineers actually silently compare their worst moment to everybody else's highlight.
You okay?
Yeah.
Are you listening to me? You okay?
Right.
Are you listening to me?
Nobody talk about depression in IT. Not really. People talk about salaries, about certification, about remote job, about cloud engineering, artificial intelligence, six-figure career, but almost nobody talk about what this industry quietly does to people mentally. The pressure, the exhaustion, the silent feeling that no matter how much you learn, no matter how much you try, it is never enough. And I think a lot of people in tech are suffering in silence more than we realize because this industry trains people to hide. You are supposed to always look productive, always learning, right? Always building, always improving, always posting your achievement on LinkedIn. But behind the screen, a lot of engineers are tired, mentally tired. Some are burnt out, some are lost. Yeah, that's sad. Some are questioning themselves completely because, and the scary part is many people feel alone in it. I know this because I have felt it too. Because there is a kind of pressure in IT that is really difficult to explain to people outside the industry. The pressure to constantly keep up. Every week, there is a new framework, a new AI tool, a new certification, a new trend every week. A new must learn. And after a while, your mind never truly rests, right? You start feeling guilty for relaxing. Even when you are exhausted, you still feel behind. And then come the interview, the technical interview, the rejection email, the ghosting, the moment where you spend weeks preparing for that project, building projects, studying algorithm, watching tutorial late at night. You spend weeks, days, months only to hear this. Unfortunately, we move forward with another candidate again and again and again. Nobody really talk about what repeated rejection does to a person. I mean, psychologically, especially when your identity become attached to your career. You start questioning yourself. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I do not belong to this room. Maybe I'm falling behind. Maybe everybody else understands this except me. Maybe I'm not smart enough. And social media make it even worse because online, everybody looks successful, right? People post their promotion, their new job, their salaries, their startup launch, their certification. But very few people post their breakdown, their anxiety, their loneliness, their depression. So thousands of engineers actually silently compare their worst moment to everybody else's highlight. Do you see the contrast? And this destroys people mentally, especially younger developers trying to enter the industry because nobody prepared them emotionally. They learn how to code, they learn cloud, they learn DevOps, they learn AI, they learn cybersecurity, they learn almost everything. But they don't learn the most important skill because nobody teach them how to deal with rejection. Nobody teach them how to survive the burnout. Nobody teach them how to handle uncertainty, how to separate self-worth from career success. And then there is the fear of becoming irrelevant, the fear of becoming obsolete, because technology moves so fast that many people in IT live with constant anxiety. You finally learn something, right? Then suddenly the industry moves somewhere else. Now AI is changing everything. You can see, right? And many engineers are quite asking themselves questions they don't want you to know publicly, but I'm going to tell them anyway. The question are, will I still matter in a couple of days? Will my skill survive? Am I wasting years learning something that may disappear? Those are the questions. Those are the heavy questions people are asking. And when you combine pressure, comparison, uncertainty, rejection, burnout, and isolation. Guess what? It can slowly turn into depression. Because the dangerous thing about depression in IT is that it's often looked normal. Because exhaustion is normalized here. Burnout is normalized. Overworking is normalized. Sleeping poorly is almost normalized. Because people joke about stress constantly without realizing how serious it becomes. And sometimes you can be surrounded by technology every day while feeling emotionally disconnected from yourself. That's real. And I think many people watching this understand exactly what I mean. I repeat, this episode is not about negativity, giving up on tech or what it. No, I still love technology. I still believe IT can change life. But I also believe we need more honest conversation about the human side of this industry. Because behind every engineer, there is still a person, right? You can see me. A human being, right? I'm here, not just a productive machine. I'm good at what I'm doing, but I'm not just a LinkedIn profile, not just a certification collection. I'm a person. And maybe the goal is not becoming perfect engineer, right? Maybe the goal is learning how to grow in this industry without losing ourselves mentally in the process. What do you think? Maybe success in tech should not cost people their peace. Maybe slowing down sometimes is not weakness. Maybe asking for help is not weakness. Maybe admitting you are tired is not weakness. Maybe being human in this industry is okay. And if you have ever felt this way, if you have ever questioned yourself, felt burnout, felt depressed, felt behind, felt exhausted trying to survive in tech, I want you to know that you are not alone. A lot more people are struggling silently than we realize. They just don't talk about it. But maybe it's time we start talking about it. Don't you think? Thank you for listening. If this episode connected with you, leave a comment. Not for the algorithm, but because I genuinely want to know what has your experience in tech felt like mentally. Because I think this conversation matter more than people think. Okay? Have a good day.